How's it going, guys? Another video here for you. Today I think we're going to get started mostly on the cooling system. Get the cooling system kind of sorted out. Get the rad mounted. Get the grill shell mounted to the radiator. Got to make some strut rods for the firewall. And rad hoses. I'll show you guys how I make rad hose templates that I can take to the parts store. And the parts guys can then compare them to radiator hoses that they have in the back. Since, I mean, there's no real application hose specific to this application. So you got to custom make something. So, show you guys how I do that. Super simple, super easy. It'll eliminate a lot of guesswork, and it really is the way to go. So, start off with the rad, get that mounted, and we'll come back. Picked up this super sweet radiator off eBay. It's polished aluminum. It showed up and it's spray painted with chrome paint. It's got runs in it. It's wonderful. So it was $133, super cheap. It shows. You get what you pay for. So the tabs on it actually aren't even long enough to make it to the holes. The holes are slotted in the frame, so there is a little bit of room. I think we'll get away with having, you know, about 3/16 of an inch left if I go all the way to the inside of the hole. So I'll drill these holes. I got to mark it here for length. Get that stuff drilled and get some cushions made. Get it bolted down, and then we can start on the strut rods to get it secured so that we can get the grill shell mounted. So get that done, and I'll show you what I'm planning on doing for some strut rods and stuff after that. Got the rad mounted. Just a simple little rubber cushion. Run the bolt through. You see a lot of guys use a spring on the top side of this, so to just keep pressure on the bolt. The rubber cushion can kind of deteriorate or whatever and cause it to kind of break down and bounce and the bolts come loose. So I might pick up some springs that I can put underneath here. So to mount the grill shell, I'm going to want to bring it up a little bit. I don't want to drill any new holes in the original radiator shell. So I think what I'm going to do, remove these bolts, and I should be able to just make a spacer in this top one and just put a bolt through with a spacer. Should be good. Then on the bottom, this hole doesn't line up with the tab on the radiator. I could cut the tabs off on the rad, move the tab up, re-weld it, and then make the same spacer type situation. I think what I'm going to try and do, if you look here, the original one had like a Z bracket. So I think I'm just going to bend on some Z brackets up to go to this original hole. And we'll see how stable that is. As long as it's solid and secure, I think that's what we'll run with. All right, I guess I changed my mind. So I actually took, there's 3 little slots in here. I actually just enlarged one to 5/16 and just made a spacer. That worked out so well on the top that it just made sense to do it. And I'm not like trying to do an original thing here. I'm not a 100% purist. So you'll notice it's a little flimsy yet, right? Got to make some rods that go into the mounts in the firewall and then into this bracket on the radiator. The stock 32 to 34 Ford hood is 32 inches long at the top. You'll notice here, just over 32 currently, but that rad needs to be pulled back just a little bit at the top right? Just to get it to that 32-inch dimension. Then it'll actually be the stock length hood. I do plan on eventually trying to put a hood on this thing. Probably gonna have to make my own sides, but it'd be nice to be able to just buy a top. There's one-piece tops available in the market that I kind of like the look of the one piece, but I might try to just hunt down an original top for a 32. Should fit perfect. It should just drop on. Even if I ran this thing with just a hood top, no sides, I really like that look as well. So I gotta run to the store, grab some stuff to make these rods. It's just threaded rod, some 5/16 ready rod, and some tubing to go over it. Pick that stuff up, and we'll get back to it. Okay, back from the store. A couple pieces of 1/2-inch aluminum. Be able to polish it up, make it look nice. 5/16 ready rod. Just gotta cut it to length. Before I do that though, I'm gonna scribe on here, find center, drill a couple holes so that I've got somewhere for that to go through. We'll get them cut up, slide the tube over the ready rod, probably weld the nut to this end or that end, one or the other. Likely this end. I guess I can't do it on that end because it's got a, dumbass. So anyway, get them cut and I'll get them mounted and we'll come back to it. Tubes are cut, ready rod's cut, nut welded to the one end. Just slide the rods over. Slide it back, put the nuts on, tighten them up. The strut rods are complete. It's a little tricky getting in here. If I took the rad shell back off, it'd be a lot easier, but I don't want to do that. Actually, roll the truck from it. So next onto the rad hoses. Basically what I do, got a bunch of scrap, old rad hoses laying around, stuff that from other projects where I've bought hoses that had the right curve in them or whatever, cut them up, and these are what's left. So you take your rad hoses, short little piece of exhaust tubing, and you cut the hose wherever you need it, whatever bends you need. You get it lined up, put the splice in, make the hose that you need with splices, and then take it to your parts store, and they will just match it up with an existing hose that they have on the shelf. Try and find something where the beginning and the end of the hose is the right spot. So I'll do that here. I'll make some hoses up, and we'll take them to the parts store, get the right finished hoses that are one piece. The cooling system will be done. Gonna make a fan shroud as well. We'll do that in a separate video. It'll be a dedicated video, fairly involved process. I'll show that separately. Back from the parts store. The guy actually let me go into the back and wander around. Depending on your parts store, they might let you do that. My parts store, they see me there fairly regular. So, managed to find one here that is like an exact copy. So it is the exact dimensions, exact everything. Just got to trim it a little bit on each end. Got lucky on these hoses too. They were only about 20 bucks a piece. Some of these rad hoses can be up to like 50, 60 bucks. So total win that it was cheap ones. This one here, start point and end point is what my main priority was. So I ended up finding one that, as you can see, start point, end point ends up about the same. Hopefully this one works out. It's the right diameter, everything's cool. So anyway, the part numbers on these, for anybody building an early Ford, these might work out. So they're Gates part numbers right there in the video, you can see. Another Gates part number for you. These are what worked out for me. So for your application for an early hot rod with this style of rad, high boy on a 32 frame, they might work out for you. Worth a shot. You never know. Anyway, I'll trim them up, get them on there, and come back to the finished product. After trimming, they fit really nice. Bottom one fits nice and snug. So something that can happen on a bottom rad hose is they can't actually get sucked closed from vacuum pressure of the water pump under high RPM. So the solution is to put a spring inside, like it's a wound spring. If you look at like this flex hose that I have over here, internally you see that it's got a spring inside there. So I might try to fish this spring out, or if you don't have a spring internally in it, you can just use like a piece of wire, like from a coat hanger or whatever, and just wrap it around a piece of exhaust tubing or something. Create a spring so that it can't physically squish closed, and you're good to go. So I think that's where we're going to end this video. Grill shell, rad mounted, cooling hoses are done. So all that's left in the cooling system now is the fan, which I have, which just got to bolt it on, and make a fan shroud. Like I said, we'll make a whole new video on that, on the fan shroud. It's a fairly involved process, and it'll work out really, really nice. So I might pick up the stuff to do that tomorrow. Not sure. But for now, this thing's really starting to look like a hot rod. So, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. Gonna keep the videos coming.